It's ranches and wide open spaces. It's families and faith and creative expression. It's long-held traditions passed on by generations. It's art, painters, silversmiths, braiders, saddle makers, and horsemen. And it's all about protecting, preserving, and sharing the Western spirit. It's Art of the Cowgirl.
So we bought this wood cook stove probably 10, 15 years ago. I love cooking breakfast on it. It's such a beautiful way to start the day. And Kurt always has the fire going before I get up. I spent a lot of my time right here in Rygate with my grandma Betty at their ranch. And so Rygate has been home my whole life. Kurt's grandma and my grandma, they were the true frontier women. You know, they cooked, worked on the ranches with their husbands. My grandma and Kurt's grandma sewed for everyone, made all their clothes. My grandma taught me to paint, to sew, to cook. So I really admire that. And I feel real fortunate that we're in this modern day where there's so many other opportunities for women, but our roots of being a ranch wife, I'm grateful for. We have a son, Ryle, and our daughter, Mesa, and raised them pretty much horseback. We were working on a ranch when the kids were little, and we were always together. I think that ranching lifestyle of being able to have breakfast together, lunch, dinner, is really important. Kurt always took the kids out riding with him and doing chores. I think raising them that way where they had some responsibility for animals and saw how, you know, the reality of life on a ranch, I think prepares people for a lot. I think it really prepared our kids to accept things, accept life. Kurt has a saying, live like no one else so you can live like no one else, and we really have. That's something I really wanted to help young women do, is live a unique and different life. When I was really dreaming of Art of the Cowgirl, I thought it was very important that we honor women in the industry and let them be their mentors.
What I see is women who are skilled, who are professionals in their fields, people who are so accomplished in their arts of handling horses. They want to pass along the experience. They want to pass along that knowledge. That's how it is in ranting. You pass that tradition along. That's how people learn.
Being able to shoot film and actually go through the darkroom process where you set up the chemicals and the enlarger and you do test prints. And it really kind of reignited my passion for photography at a really fundamental level, being able to start with the basics and go back to film.
The whole idea of experienced women coming alongside of us that are wanting to get started and get going in our businesses and learning from all of them, not just in the fine arts, but I can learn from saddle making and the silversmith. I just think it's brilliant.
The fellowship program was Tammy Pete's dream and is really at the heart of what Art of the Cowgirl is all about. We provide opportunities for our recipients to go study with our master artists, whether it be horsemanship, whether it be boot making, or any Western trade. They're in their studios, they're in their shops, they're in their horse barn, not only gaining an incredible amount of skills, but also building themselves personally and their businesses. So it really is a unique opportunity that, especially sometimes for women in this industry, is hard to find. And this is breaking down those barriers and eliminating a lot of those obstacles to get these girls reaching for their next goals.
I wanted to help provide an opportunity to learn a trade, to build something with your hands, to keep a Western tradition going. My hope for the future is that not only that we can provide fellowships for people to learn a trade, but then we can also help people start up their business and be able to go anywhere in the world and do it.
My mentor, Constance Jaggi, made a point to say that she wanted our relationship to continue far beyond the fellowship dates. If I had questions, if I had photos that I wanted critiqued, I could send them to her, I could text her. So it's nice to kind of have a touchstone to help guide you through, and I wouldn't have that if it weren't for this Art of the Cowgirl Fellowship.
We are changing tradition. It is the women who can do it and who are going to be trained to know how to follow their push, their passion. And that's how you get change.
What we're looking for in a fellowship recipient is someone who's a person that'll bring it full circle to give back again to the next generation of fellowship recipients, someone that just values what the spirit of the fellowship program is all about.
People ask me what the Cowgirl spirit is, and to me, it's a woman who takes risks, believes in herself, and just does things because she's passionate about them. Art of the Cowgirl isn't just for women from the West. It's for women with the cowgirl spirit.
Art of the Cowgirl's mission is to celebrate accomplished artists and horsewomen and their contributions to the West. By establishing mentorship and investing in up-and-coming artists, the fellowship program fosters creativity and preserves traditional art and functional gear. Now let's take a look at some of the fellowships offered by Art of the Cowgirl. Saddle making requires both form and function. It takes hands-on first-hand experience and a commitment to creating something beautiful. In 2019, Master Saddle Maker Nancy Martini mentored fellowship recipient Tony K. Toll to pass along centuries-old tools of the trade.
For me, it's been more successful to follow a certain series of steps, like baking a cake. Get your ingredients gathered up and read the recipe and see in your mind what you're going to build.
You are a professional when you can fix your mistakes so even you can't find them.
It's been one of the greatest experiences I've ever done. Like, it's meant pretty much everything. Like, it's been able to open the doors. People hear about the Art of Cowgirl, and it's kind of brought in like recognition to, like, if there is another artist out there. It's a good feeling.
Barbara Van Cleve began shooting the West when she picked up a camera at just 11 years old. Now, through Art of the Cowgirl, this master photographer is passing along a lifetime of experience to others.
For the essence of photography, I think what really counts is the person behind the camera. I really do. People come up and say, "Oh, what camera do you use?" And I say to them, It doesn't matter what camera I use, that's not important. What's important is what I see, how I feel, and the passion I have for it. That's what I look for when I first start to make the photograph. I want to feel it. And people have said to me, I get so much emotion from your photographs. And that pleases me that they get it, because I'm not trying to put it in there. I'm just aware of how I feel and how it hopefully comes through, and apparently it does in the images.
The Spanish vaqueros created horsehair hitching and rawhide braiding to make the gear they needed to survive on the western frontier. These skills, tracing back for centuries and central to cowboy culture, are being perpetuated by master artist Teresa Black. Originally passionate about leatherworking, Teresa Black of Plush, Oregon discovered rawhide braiding and horsehair hitching in 2000 when she met Bill Black, a renowned Western gear maker. They married in 2001, and soon after, Bill began teaching Teresa the art of braiding a riata. She's been braiding ever since.
You basically get two in one. You can work rawhide with me and learn how to braid. You can do horsehair hitching. You can use it for your own everyday use. And it's really easy to take care of. And it's easy to make.
The playwright John Galsworthy once wrote, "I am still under the impression that there is nothing alive quite so beautiful as a horse." Horsemanship is another fellowship provided by Art of the Cowgirl. The horse, in and of itself, is central to Western culture, art, and traditions. The embodiment of beauty and function, the horse also unlocks the creative potential of the mind, body, and spirit. Art of the Cowgirl celebrates the relationship between a woman and her horse, which is in many ways the highest form of artistic expression. When this relationship comes together, it's a harmonious and beautiful thing. The quiet arts are also celebrated by Art of the Cowgirl. Master fine artist Shannon Lawler began drawing when she was 5 and has devoted her life to protecting and preserving the West through her art.
Miss Nevada, I actually scoured all through my photos and spent a couple of months, and then I had to ask a friend of mine who's a great photographer at home, Jessie Ferdominguez, if she had anything, and she said, I think I have the right subject matter for you. So the girl I picked and the horse, how they were standing, to me, she looked visionary, standing there with her horse, but she's a wholesome looking girl and a very capable horsewoman. And the horse is a little bit haired up, it's in the spring, things aren't real perfect, and they were at a branding, which to me resonated with the real working ranch women that are here at Art of the Cowgirl.
Kinsey Artfitch, the 2019 Fine Art Fellowship recipient, learned a great deal throughout her journey about balancing art and motherhood.
You know, we're all in the same boat. I would have to say that the balance is definitely difficult, but also being a mother has made me a better artist, and being an artist and being able to pursue those goals has also helped make me a better mother and wife. And so I think not separating and negating one over the other, but just as a whole, they all work together to make me who I believe God has intended me to be.
Silversmithing traces back thousands of years, a skill and art form that's been refined and celebrated on the western frontier. Two master silversmiths, John Mincer and Amy Raymond, share their experiences through Art of the Cowgirl, ensuring this great tradition continues.
I believe art comes from within, and it is a part of who you are as a person. Art of the Cowgirl is about art, and I think that the biggest part is the pencil and the paper. If you sit down and put your heart into the drawing end of it and try to create from within and put it on paper, then you can go the next step. But there has to be a foundation.
In my profession and what I do, I feel like you have a piece of silver and you put your heart and soul in, and it's a feeling you get when you make something. And it gives you goosebumps and it's kind of cool and fun, you know? And then you hit this place in your career where everything's looking the same and everything feels the same and you're not getting that exciting feeling. I think when you collaborate or you work with someone else or you learn from someone else, it allows you to climb that next ladder. It allows you to get to that next plateau and then be able to climb again.
I got super excited when Annie was there because I know how to make spurs, but she's really good at making rings, so she gave me hints on making rings and I showed her how to build spurs, and it was a lot of fun. We bounced a ton of ideas off each other.
So I think collaborating and working with other people, even teaching. Teaching will allow you to learn and do and be someone that you didn't know you could be.
For the last 2 years, the Art of the Cowgirl event held near Phoenix, Arizona in January has drawn thousands of attendees from around the world. It celebrates the important contributions women make to Western lifestyle and culture. The event showcases horsewomen, makers and artists, and female musicians. Its trade show supports dozens of vendors, most of them small female-owned businesses. In addition to fundraising for fellowships, Art of the Cowgirl exists to provide workshops for any and all interested in the Western arts. Skilled clinicians and artists come together to provide the workshops. Here's a taste of some of them in action.
The one thing I've noticed when I do a class with lacing is people don't pull it snug enough. You need to wear glasses, you're going to put them on. You're going to flip this up, make a slip just like we did that. Okay. This is called a bleed knot.
And asking for a stop. If you don't get the stop, then I would just put the gas in the fork and work on that around here stop.
Boy, see how them ears fold back? It's like I'm paying attention when those ears fold back.
Well, that was a real good example of that balance being over here.
Hot. Bring them. There you go. Go back. Good job.
Open. Trot 'em. Lope 'em. Trot 'em. Change direction. Lope 'em. 5 minutes back up. So there's lots of good in that exercise. What we want is to get them to where they'll wait till we ask.
We're painting with words. I want to look at the sights, sounds, smells, the who, what, the where, the why, and then the emotion that's attached. I pulled jeans on over my pajama pants, stuffed them into my boots. I caught the only nag that wouldn't bug me off. He let me swing on him bareback from the water trough. Now I'm trotting circles on the neighbor's lawn, trying to hold down my chin.
Throughout the Art of the Cowgirl event, the horse brings people together to witness some of the finest displays in the industry. Event director Mesa Pate leads the charge of the Elite Ranch Horse Sale, Ranch Rodeo, and World's Greatest Horsewoman. The Elite Ranch Horse Sale offers a select group of horses that are the product of some of the handiest women in ranching. By exhibiting hard-working horses that have been exposed to a variety of situations, the highest quality prospective mounts are provided to potential buyers. In the days leading up to the weekend, dozens of teams compete in the ranch rodeo preliminaries to gain a shot at the finals. There they compete for the title of the Art of the Cowgirl Ranch Rodeo Champion. In the style of the NRCHA's World's Greatest Horseman, the World's Greatest Horsewoman gives contestants the chance to compete in 4 preliminary events: reining, herd work, steer stopping, and fence work.
The minute you felt you found, understand that you can have it all. The wings are in your soul.
The winner of the 2020 competition, Kelsey Love Thomas, gained paid entry fees into the World's Greatest Horseman event in Texas. Heralded by matriarchs in the industry, Art of the Cowgirl has become one of the keystone celebrations of the West.
I intend to come to this every year from now on because I want to support it. This interaction with other women artists to share with other younger women or less experienced women what they do. That's so important.
The vibe, the atmosphere, the excitement of everyone being here and everyone wanting to help everybody else and talk to people about things that you're interested in and art culture, the cowboy culture. That was pretty cool.
The number one thing about this is the people. I think they're taking this ideal ranch wife, woman, and they're putting a face and a feeling to that person. And I think that's really important in this day and age. So all these young 20-something girls, they have something real and honest to look at and to look up to.
On many levels, we're all stewards of the West, and I especially feel passionate about sharing my craft and helping someone else to bring them forward and keep the West alive. I feel a sense of responsibility to do that.
Mark your calendars. Art of the Cowgirl is proud to announce the 2021 event will be held at Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center in Queen Creek, Arizona, January 13th through 17th. For more information about Art of the Cowgirl workshops, fellowships, or event, visit artofthecowgirl.com.
Help the West begin.